Hi everybody, I'm Kiwi John. Welcome back to my channel. So first of all, I want to say thanks very much to all my subscribers. Okay, I got 61 now, which on the big scale of things isn't huge, but for me it's a lot, and I appreciate each and every one of the 61 people that has subscribed. I think I was up to about 11,500 view time minutes and about 3,100 views. So for me, I'm really impressed with that. I'm really pleased, and I can't thank you enough. Thanks very much, and I hope that you are getting some enjoyment out of this, and that I hope you'll continue to get some enjoyment in the future. So today we are at the 27th of April, which in New Zealand is actually autumn, and it's actually a beautiful day today, and we're looking at 24 degrees, so that's not too bad for autumn. So as you can see, I'm still in my black and white t-shirt. So I have some footage previously over the summer months of a couple of the gardens that I want to share with you, and because it's a beautiful day today, I'm going to go around some of the other gardens and show you around. But first of all, I want to show you what's right across the road from my own home, and we have a lovely little park, and there's netball courts, and this is what happens on every Saturday in the winter. So come on, I'll show you. So this is normally a pretty quiet sort of a street, but as you can see, there are quite a few cars. I mean, quite a few cars. You might get a park if you're lucky. There's a few left. So we've got these beautiful old oak trees up here that in the summer months are filled with tuis and other birds. Obviously they're getting to the point where they're going to lose their leaves very shortly, but you can hear how crisp it is under my feet. So as you can see, lots and lots of people, mainly ladies, playing netball. This is probably, I'm not 100% sure, but this is probably club level, school level. Some practice going on. So this is a fairly standard sort of a thing that happens in Napier on a Saturday. As you can see, it's quite beautiful underneath the trees here, and this is just right across the road from my own home, so we get a really nice view. Okay, so give you a quick look at that, and we're just going to head off to one of the parks in town, so we'll see you very shortly. Okay, so here we are at one of the first gardens, and this is the Kennedy Park Rose Garden. And this is in Storkey Street. So as you can see with the roses, it's probably a little bit late in the year for the best blooms. But there are still some lovely blooms, and look at that beautiful monarch butterfly there. So there you go, you have a look right around the whole garden. It's a nice place to come and just sit and relax. You find that there are a lot of wedding photos taken in this garden in the height of the season with roses everywhere. It's quite a nice plot for people to come and do exactly that. There's another nice bloom there. I believe that one's called a blue moon, one of my wife's favourites. So this is called Uncle Walter. Try and get the camera away from the sun a bit there, the shade over the top of it. So there's a nice little area in here. I guess depending on where you're from, whether you call it a pergola or a pergola. Nice little fountain in the middle. So as you can see, it's quite a reasonable sized garden. There's a lot to it, and if you are into roses, I'm sure that there will be something that will find your interest. And it's a nice day. We just decided to come out to this park. It's called Anderson Park. And there's a new playground that our grandkids have never been to, so we thought we'd bring them along and just let them have a look. It's also a kite day because it's got a reasonable amount of wind today, and we'll go and have a look at those as well. Hi, Chick.
Hey.
So there you are. Say hi, Lani.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. We won't make it to that. We won't make it to there, otherwise we're gonna miss the big kites. They're just over there.
Over where?
Over there. We'll just
Over
make
there?
it by the bridge.
Okay.
Or we could just power walk over there.
Alright, so here we are at the Napier Botanical Gardens. So we'll take you from the start. So this is on Napier's Bluff Hill, or actually it's Hospital Hill. So you can see we're quite steep up here. Down to the main car park. This is my personal favourite gardens in Napier. I really like this place here. And it's a favourite with the local duck population as well, as you can see. I don't know whether you can because it's a bit dark in there, but there are half a dozen ducks having a snooze up there on the side of the hill. So we've even got a few fish, a few carp on the, you probably can't see. You just see an orange glow in there. We've even got some doves coming down, look. Pigeons and doves. There are actually quite a number of fish in here, look. Try and draw them in a bit closer if I can. Here they come. Look at this. This is amazing. Look at that. It's one of the prominent features here. There is a little area over there, seating area. You've got quite a few more of your pigeons and your doves floating around. Plants from all over the world. Another little pond with mummy and daddy mallards. Nice little waterfall there. Over Christmas time we have carols by candlelight in here, and they have a band and everything set up in the band pit over there. So, looks like Kerry's found the history of this. So, it says in 1855, Alfred Dommett, as Commissioner of the Crown Lands, laid out the town of Napier and set aside this area for a botanical garden on the hills above. Napier's first burial ground was also laid out at the same time, and that is up there. In 1858, a detachment of the 65th Regiment arrived in the nearby Onipoto Gully. They encamped there until the barracks were built on the site of the present hospital. 2 wells were sunk at the foot of the gardens to supply soldiers with water. These wells were closed during a typhoid epidemic. The remains of one of the wells can be seen on the bank a few yards beyond this notice. And that is just up here. As you can see, filled in, but originally the site. So I think we might just go and have a bit of a wander and see what we can see. So we have a couple of bird aviaries, or one large bird aviary it is now, I think, yeah. And we got some little budgies up there. Sure what the little yellow bird is in there. There's a finch, a couple of finches down there. Obviously it's a little hard with the mesh, seeing through the mesh to the birds, but we're doing our best here. More budgies. This mesh is fairly close, so it's very difficult to get a decent photo or video in through there. And here we go, we've got a nice little creek runs down the side here. Very, very nice. More mallards having a rest in the shade. And we've got a nice little picnic area up here if you want to bring the family and have a picnic lunch. We've done this a few times ourselves with grandkids. Obviously we've got a lot of leaves, but we won't hold that against the council. They can't clean up every day of the week, and it is a Saturday. So as with all my other videos, I'm not going to show you absolutely everything that there is to see, because there would be no point in you coming to have a look yourself. So the idea is to let you have a look and hopefully whet your interest to come and visit Napier. When you're in Napier, to come and visit our Botanical Gardens. It's lovely and peaceful here. You can hear the birds. There is a road that runs all the way from there up the hill right around there, so you do get a little bit of traffic noise, but not a great deal. As you can see, it's reasonably steep, but it's very, very picturesque. It's beautiful in here. Quite a few wedding photos been taken with the happy couple standing on this bridge. It's another one of those areas that people love to come and use. Look at that lovely little creek running all the way down through the middle. Man-made, obviously, but beautiful nonetheless. And this particular gardens would be less than 5 minutes drive from our CBD. So it's easy to find if you were staying in Napier town. It is certainly walkable. Perhaps 15-20 minutes walk maybe. Look at these trees. Just stunning. plenty of seats along the way for you to sit down and have a rest or a cup of coffee if that's what you wanted to do. Read your book, relax, unwind. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? All the sun coming down through the trees onto the grass and everything there. Nice ferns. Some rhododendrons past their best. But this is beautiful. Look at that sunshine. And up there is the road. And that is the cemetery up there. As kids, we used to come up here and lie on these banks and roly-poly all the way down the hill. Many of our grandchildren have done the same thing. So there we go, that about concludes the Napier Botanical Gardens. We'll move on to the next place. Alright, so we are at the last garden on our list for today, and this is the Centennial Gardens, and this is also right in the middle of Napier. So down there is Marine Parade, and down that way is Napier Town over the back of this hill, and that is a minute and a half, 2 minutes walk. So anyway, just to give you the rundown on what this is, this quarry garden commemorates the centenary of the local body government of Napier from 1874 to 1974. The garden area and waterfall was developed during the 1973 and 74 and was opened to the public on 16th of October 1974. In 1905 the council was given the land by one Herbert Humphreys, and in 1906 the Justice Department was granted the authority to quarry this land for limestone. This gave the inmates of the prison the work extracting the stone. Many of the retaining walls on the hill streets were erected in the past by prison labour. A rare and excellent example of local stonemasonry is the huge wall of the old Napier prison opposite these gardens. Some of the prisoners individually incised many stones with personal designs and patterns. Entrance to the old Napier prison is 200 metres further up Coot Road on the left, which is just up there. So everything in this garden is man-made, as it says. Lovely little fuchsia plant there. Closed pod and I've always loved these things. We had them in our garden in Dunedin where I was born. Massive great bush, and I've always enjoyed them. Oh, well, that's a real shame. Scheduled maintenance and repair to conserve water. The Centennial Garden pond has been emptied in preparation for the repair to the significant leaks. Started in mid-February 2019, estimated to late 2019. So you're not going to get to see the beautiful man-made waterfall or the pond, and that's what I brought you up here for. So maybe in another year's time we'll come back and revisit this place and do this all over again. So obviously the pond has been emptied. Again, this is one of those places that people love to come and have their wedding photos taken. Now up that bank there, you can see where the water has been coming down, and some 200 or 300 feet, a couple of 100 meters way up there, Normally the water will cascade right down that wall, but what a shame. I'm sorry I can't show you. So without the waterfall in the pond, this place is pretty much a non-event. But anyway, we will come back at some stage in the future and let you have a better look. But for today, that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the little bell so that you're notified of when my up and coming videos are loaded. Thanks again to all those people that have subscribed, and we will see you soon. Bye.